your people, you guys have got like, for real, your
Wait,
boy
your people.
Elon Musk. Yo, for real, how did he get? What is it? Times Person of the Year?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. Apparently, they're letting robots in as
Especially in a
people
year
now.
where Keanu Reeves exists.
Yeah,
He's
that's fair. Keanu had a great year this year.
a great year. He's done a lot of like charity work too. People forget that he does that. But
What about
I
Chadwick Boseman? That would have been a good one, right? Anyways, the point is Elon Musk is a douche,
he
and
falls short on his promises.
yeah,
Very short on his promises.
I mean, have we all forgotten the Tesla truck demo with the
Or the
rock
Tesla
that he
wall,
threw
or the
with the-
Tesla roof.
yeah,
Or
Right?
or can we like? Can we
Tesla
stop
truck,
worshiping
no,
these people? Like,
I
can we
mean,
just
I'm
like
with
flat
you.
out, flat out, like.
but he's not like this isn't new, right?
All right, but you pick a you pick a billionaire, whether it be Steve Jobs, whether it be Jeff Bezos, whether it be Elon Musk, whether it be Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
You pick one. You can just like go down the list of all the richest. Warren Buffett.
Mm-hmm.
What makes these people so special?
People are attracted to power and opportunity.
Those people
A lot
have a
of
lot
times
of
people-
money.
a lot-
That's it.
A lot of times people want to just follow them and see what scraps they can pick up. That maybe I can somehow get to that position in life. In reality, most of them are just flukes of nature. They were in right time, right place.
Well, that's
person
not
with the right idea.
That's not entirely true. I think that there is a certain level of skill to reaching that type of success, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's kind of cliche, right? But luck, in a lot of ways, is where preparation meets opportunity. Like, yeah,
That is
you have the opportunity. And so in that way, I guess like it's lucky. But the fact that you're ready and in a position to be able to take advantage of it is what ultimately makes you successful, or because
But
you're
the-
willing to take the risk
great way
on
to
it,
put it.
right? I mean,
Exact,
that's-
or you're willing to be consistent and push forward. So you look at Ray Kroc, Colonel Sanders,
the Chris and Andre show.
the Chris and Andre show, Dave Thomas.
Like
You look
these
at
people
There's
are
a
all
persistence.
basically in that same upper echelon there of just consistently delivering quality products on a regular basis to customers that can't get enough.
but
And then occasionally pushing out defective ones.
I'm just like I'm completely
Henry
corrupting.
Ford. If you look at any of the industrialists that actually built most of the American economy in the modern age, they all failed. Right? They had a lot of failures,
Yeah.
but
Look at
they
the Wright
weren't on the-
brothers, right? I mean, how many times did those guys crash before they finally got one?
But they literally weren't and I get kind of offended when North Carolina says first in flight. They weren't. so I didn't like to bring up the Wright brothers, but you're right. Thomas Edison. There's countless, Marie Curie. Like there's countless of people throughout history that failed more often than that one-off home run, or even sometimes a base hit. Because it's just the way it is. Or you get the whitewashing of history, and you go through like some of those same people I just listed, and say, yeah, but they didn't really invent this; somebody else did.
Yeah.
So,
like the homeboy who made the peanut butter machine, the machine that helps make peanut butter. He was completely like, I forgot his name. It's a testament to North Carolina education. Last week, it's like I know a racist thing happened, but I don't know when and why. It just happened.
but it's just like, yo, we got to stop. I mean, we literally give these guys like, we give them too much credit.
Yeah.
We criticize them, but at the same time, we keep trying to quote unquote elevate them.
Yes.
Right?
We
Yeah.
want them to be the pinnacle of our society, right? Like we keep looking at, and it's not just tech, right? Like I think tech is where the focus is right now, but it's been, I mean, like it was oil at one point, right? Like it, what's his name? Carnegie.
Yeah.
Like you've had all of these, even like you said, you mentioned Warren Buffett. Like that's a guy that people look at and are like, what an amazing, brilliant mind to be able to identify all of these successful companies over time.
The shitty thing about Warren Buffett is he's one of the most humble motherfuckers on the planet.
Sure.
Like he does not. He literally and that's one thing. Like I'm like, yo, I totally again. I don't. He's not a role model, but there are some characteristics about his level of success where he's been extremely consistent.
So, and I think that's part of it, right? Like, you talked about whitewashing. I think there is, even aside from, like, you know, who invented what, there is an element of wanting to make it all seem so, like, Hollywood, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that, like, you know, the myth of George Washington and the cherry tree, where it's like, you know, we have to create these stories, make these people seem like they're so much better than, you know, it's just like, I could never tell a lie, right? We all hear that and we're like, shit, I've told tons of lies at different times in my life, especially as a kid. When you hit that age, you're like, oh man, like, I'm no George Washington. But the whole point of that is, right, not for us to look at that and say, that's what we need to be. We need to be perfect all the time, but to give us to something to aspire to. You know,
Right.
something like, if only I could be that honest, right? If only I could find the strength within myself to be able to communicate that openly and honestly without fear or, you know, of repercussions or whatever, you know. But yeah, like, so yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like, tech is the group that we're focused on right now, and we happen to be at a point also where, well, but see, that's not even true, because you think it, like, I was going to say that we're at a point where, like, the greed in capitalism or the greed in society is greater than it has been, but I think you look at guys like, you know, Carnegie and those guys who were around, like, those guys were greedy as like, they were ruthless. And
Rockefeller had
that's the name that kept escaping me. Thank you.
He had a sense that only the rich and wealthy were smart enough to make decisions for the rest of us, and that was this. That's not capitalism. That's that's communism's big brother, right? And like, if you want to, like, say, forget how your market works, but who controls the market? I hate to say that. That's a communist way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
This free market bullshit that we talk about is not really free market. It's not a free. You can't even start a large enterprise without having all this bureaucracy.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not
freedom
a free market.
isn't free. It costs folks like you and me.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay your $1.05, who will?